Hello, everyone, and we're back again for another call recording. Just make me double check my audio and my camera. So, audio input Rode, video mic, camera is the 4K one. Okay, cool. So, we are back for another live call recording from one of my new team members, Shep. Now, before any of our sales team are rewarded with inbound bookings, because it is a reward to wake up and have bookings in your calendar, I get them to cut their teeth on outbound first. Once they do the outbound, once they prove themselves, then they can move up to an inbound booking. Now, this is a 28-day challenge for an F45, one of Chev's first ever inbound booking. So let's see how she goes. Um, as always, I don't know the outcome of this call. I don't know how it's going. I'm just going to pause along the way and give her my honest feedback. In conjunction, a YouTube channel, 92 subscribers and counting, putting a ton of effort to producing really good content for all fitness professionals around the world. So if you like this, please like, please subscribe, and please share it with a friend that would help. It would mean the absolute world to me. All right, let's play this call and rock and roll.
Good, thanks, Dale. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. You had some time. Oh, thank you. You had some time booked in today to talk about our 28-day beginner challenge. Is now still a good time?
Yeah, Dale.
Great. So what sparked your?
So you always want to ask, is now a good time to chat? Because if it's not, and they're driving, it's an easy way to fob you off at the end and say, I'll send you my card details later on. And new salespeople believe that, but experienced salespeople know that that might happen 1 out of 20 times. So always try and push through the call. But if it's not a good time, there's lots of noise in the background, you can hear they're driving. I've actually asked people to pull over before because I know that's going to happen at the end of the call. So just ask. And remember, they booked in a time on your calendar that suits you, that suits them. Get them to respect the call.
Your interest to be a part of the challenge?
Just wanted to be fit again.
Fit
I'm
again?
so lazy.
Oh, okay, yeah, alrighty. So, yeah, no, that's fine. So you're wanting to get off your butt a little bit?
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely.
Is it okay if I ask you?
I would say, what does fit again mean to you? A little bit more expansion, and Chev, just a little bit more rapport. Just a little bit.
A few questions to see like where you are now, where you might want to be? Yeah. So, Kelly, what's your age?
With your tone there, drag it out. So, Kelly, like, I understand that you want to get fit, but is it okay if I ask you a few questions to find out, I guess, like where you are right now, and where you want to be? Is that okay? It lands so much better than the way Chev said it.
46?
46 years young.
Yep,
Excellent.
I hope so.
And
I'll love that joke for the rest of my life. If you haven't built rapport up until this point, it's a really, really good icebreaker. 9 out of 10 times it works. The other one, hope you build rapport elsewhere.
what would you say like your number one goal is that you're looking to achieve at the moment?
Lose my belly.
Lose the belly. Yeah. Alrighty. And so what is your current weight?
It's only 53.4.
Okay. And
I'm only little.
yeah. So it's more about like it's less about losing weight, but more about toning up.
So already this would be a tough call. 53 kilos. So there is no tangible weight loss goal. So Chef has to do a good job here establishing, well, what is the goal? Is it fitness? Is it feeling? Is it energy? Is it dress? Is it tone? Is it mental health? Like what is the goal?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Alrighty. And usually we, oh, sorry. Yes. Not about training, not about losing weight. Have you tried anything like a PT or any group fitness in the past?
We did go to, I don't think it was F45. It was a gym in Echuca, the one with the post office. We went there for classes, but I wasn't as driven as my good friend.
Okay, yeah. So you and your friend were going together.
Yeah.
How long ago was that, Kelly?
Oh, probably a couple of years now.
Oh, okay, yep. So it's been a couple of years, yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite questions of all time. Like, what have you tried previously? So she has been to an F45 before. Therefore, she has paid that weekly price of $50 to $60. So this person is booked in a call to join a group fitness gym. She paid that group fitness price before. So logically, really think about it. Why wouldn't she join today? Like she kind of knows what it is and she's paid the price before. So if you get an objection at the end of the call, you have done something on the call in that consultation to put her off. So finding out what they've tried previously is such a great way to help you at the end remove any smokescreen objections because like she knows what it is. It makes no sense for her to think about it.
No worries at all. So you kind of have an idea of what group fitness looks like, and yep, okay.
Yeah, but I'm just wondering. I'm also type 1 diabetic, and I'm also on dialysis. Is that still a good idea to do?
Oh, that one
Because I know
Tough question.
yeah.
you cannot get much muscle into tone with type 1 diabetes.
Yes.
And I've had it since I was 7.
Okay. Yep. Did you have these problems? Sorry. Did you have did you have any problems with the previous group fitness?
No.
It's a fantastic question to ask. So, obviously, I've owned a gym for 10 years. I've done 1,000 sales calls, and I'm not an expert on type 1 diabetes and dialysis. So, the best thing to do here is to probe further and to clarify well, like, hey, like you mentioned, you have trained before. You've had this condition since you were younger. Has it impacted you in the past? That is the best way to predict if it's going to be a problem in the future. So, that's a really, really good way to handle that.
Okay.
No, but I wasn't on dialysis then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I would actually say like speak to your doctor because I would hate to give you any wrong advice.
Okay. Yeah, I'll ask him tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, look, we can
Yeah.
we can go through everything today.
Again, handled really well. So probe further, clarify, and speak to your doctor. I get the question all the time: are your sales team pushy? Did that sound pushy? We are not selling people into the gyms that shouldn't be there. The good thing is that 99% of people that end up on the calls should be there. The 1% we need to treat with respect and love and kindness and make sure that we're putting their best interests at heart as well as the gym owners that we work with.
And if you even want to, we can even book you in today. But and then if your doctor says like don't go ahead with it, like it's like that's fine. We can just yeah.
Sure.
So I mean, usually we send out a timetable with email or SMS. Did you manage to have a look at that?
Yep, I've just gone through all that.
Yeah, great. And
One of the most important things that we do, and I recommend that all gym owners do, is if you have a phone consultation and you book someone in to talk to you over the phone, you don't want to be dancing around logistics in regards to have you seen the timetable and then have to get it up, show them the timetable, and that can take 10 minutes making sure the timetable suits them. So we send them several texts before the phone call. Here's the timetable. Here's more information to make sure that when they get to the phone call, we're more talking about their goals and not their day-to-day schedule.
so typically for new starters, we say two or three times each week is a great starting point.
Stick to the script. 2 to 4 times is a great number. Our most successful members average around 3 a week. So stick to the script, especially if you're new.
Do you think you might be able to make at least 2 classes a week?
Terrible way to ask that question. Do you think you might be able to make 2? So 3 is the absolute sweet spot for our most successful members. 2 minimum, 4 maximum. And then talk about does mornings or afternoons work better for you? You're a new salesperson. Stick to the script.
Yeah, 2. It's not going to kill me.
Yeah, sure. And that's kind of good because it gives your body a little bit of time to recover between classes, and we try not to get you to overdo it when you first start as well. So yeah, no, that's great. And as well, Kelly, I think that we can help you kind of tone up and get a bit of that fitness back. And we do that through exercise and nutrition. But a big part of this challenge is keeping you accountable and motivated as well. And so for us to do that, we really want to uncover your why, and your reasons, not just to stay the same. So for you, Kelly, yeah, why exactly is it so important for you to kind of get back into your fitness?
Well, it's just
That question was asked perfectly. So what Chev did there was she'd labeled back what the person wanted to achieve to have more energy to tone up. And now it's linking that, it's connecting that with the emotional reason behind why that is important to us. So I completely understand that you want to achieve XYZ, but a huge component of our challenge is ensuring that we can keep you accountable, we can keep you motivated. So why exactly is it so important that we help you achieve those goals? And you'd be surprised just how much the prospects will open up and just put all their cards out on the table and be really vulnerable and be really emotional. And it's surprising how much like someone will tell you over the phone.
I think it's just it helps with mental health because I've got depression as well. But I haven't exercised for so long since my car accident, which was in 2000 and might have been 18.
Okay, yep.
Or 2004, it might have been. But yeah, since I've done my knee, I just haven't done anything really.
Okay.
And just being so sick, I've just really slept.
Some really great information here. So she hasn't exercised since 2004 and she's got a sore knee. So as you're pitching your product at the end, no matter what the modality is, you should mention that, hey, like you can start at your own pace. We'll meet you at your current level of fitness and almost tell a story. But we have members that have been in coaching before that do have a sore knee, and you have my word, we can always try and find a solution to get you through the workout so that you can enjoy it, not making sure that not making that those injuries get worse.
Often, back at work 3 days a week, and just thought, I could at least do something and start to get fit. I was even wanting to walk, but I don't even do that. Like I'll walk to work down the street and things like that. That doesn't kill me.
Yeah. Okay. So it sounds like it's having a bit of an impact on you if you're not kind of doing getting focusing on yourself for the fitness.
Long-winded question, too many words thrown in there, short, clipped, vague. That doesn't sound very good. Like how is that impacting you? So listen to it. So it sounds like that is kind of having a bit of an impact on you. What is that impact that it is having? Or like, thanks for thanks for sharing. Like, it sounds like it's really having an impact on you, an impact on you, an impact on you. Upwardsly inflect with a questioning tone, and then she will tell you exactly what the impact it is having on her.
Yeah. Okay. That's Thank you for sharing that with me. I do think that sounds like a really genuine reason to do that. And
Chev, I hate when you say that. Don't say it sounds like a genuine reason. Because if you say it's a genuine reason, like she's not going to give you a fake reason, right? Like stick to the script. If you're a new salesperson, if you're new to marketing, if you're new to fitness, just follow the script. Like until you're the best performer on the team, until you have the highest close percentage, the highest cash collection percentage, until you have some runs on the board, stick to the script. And then after You can start trying new things that you think land well or you think would be more effective. But the truth is, you don't know what you don't know when you're starting out.
We'll get into it, but
And by the way, this is a very, very brand new sales rep, but she's doing a fucking great job. And my sales team beats your sales team.
I will let you know that like a big part of the challenge is that you have a lot of support and accountability behind you. So yeah, so I mean, tell me, Kelly, if you woke up tomorrow and you were feeling a bit more toned, you were feeling more like energetic, and you had that fitness level up, how would that impact your life?
Oh, but impact my life massively because I just
Love that question so much. So what Chev is doing here is we are future stating this prospect. So she has this goal, she has this reason why she wants to achieve something. She hasn't achieved it for such a long period of time. It is hard for her to even imagine it being a reality. So when you ask that question with the right tone, with the right cadence, so like let's say that you do achieve that goal. And you're curious too, right? Because you want her to really think about it, really ponder. And then she just thinks about being in that dress. She thinks about having energy. She thinks about being healthy. So, future state your prospects.
be more healthier and happier.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Alrighty, well, look, I do think
I don't like that. Yeah, that's great. And like a laugh, like what? What would be great about it? So, I think Chev, she has some amazing questions, and she asks them in a fantastic way. We get to a certain point, and there is no expand on that. There is no clarify. Can you tell me what you mean by that? I want to learn more about that. What does that mean to you? And that's typically being a new salesperson. There is a level of nervousness. You ask the question, you get the answer, and you think, okay, I'm going to ask the next question in my script. Just remember, we're just having a conversation with a real person, with a real problem, and we have a solution that can help her.
I do think that we can help you here, and I'd love to fill you in with how everything works, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always ask permission because now we've asked permission. They said yes, they are all ears in regards to the solution that we have for them. And now it's Chev's job to paint a beautiful picture, a piece of art of what the solution is based on her having 20 years off, based on her having a bad knee, based on doing group training before but losing motivation. So, what do we want to cover in that pitch to increase the likelihood that she feels confident that she's going to achieve her goals?
So, Kelly, the cost of the 28-day beginner challenge is $66 per week.
66 small stutter. When you say that price, puff your chest out and say it proudly. The cost of our challenge is $66 per week. The total cost is $264. Pause. Say your cost proudly. Say it loudly. Make sure they hear it. Because if you stutter, if you sound uncertain, if you don't think it's worth that much, the prospect can definitely tell.
Which is $264 total.
Two stutters.
Okay.
So 66 per week. And now our challenge consists of 3 core pillars to ensure that you are, happy and successful with it. So it has to be 1, effective, 2, enjoyable, and 3, it must provide.
So when you're selling, right, there is a time to be curious. There is a time to have a questioning tone. There is a time to not sound like a salesperson. But at this point in the call, we built rapport. We understand her goal. We understand her why. We've done a great job up until this point. This lady has a large amount of fear around starting something new and failing again. So now is where you just need to completely, in my opinion, change the tone of the call. Like, hey, I'm going to take you to the promised land. This is what we're going to do for you. These 3 things will work with you. Let's do it. And I think with fitness, it's a combination of starting the call with that curious, questioning tone to work out where we can help them, and then coming over the top with belief and conviction. Because if you are a Pilates studio and you think Pilates is the best thing since sliced bread, it has to come across in your conviction. It has to come across in the way that you say things. Our 28-day beginner Pilates challenge is for someone just like yourself due to these three core pillars. I'm going to break them down for you. Is that okay? So increase the level of excitement, increase the level of certainty.
Provide you with a ton of support. And I'll break those down for you. So the first pillar of the program is that it needs to be effective.
Not the best pillar, the first pillar. There's three pillars. The first pillar, we want to draw this person in. Like, I wonder what these three pillars are. Human beings are curious by nature. These three core pillars are the reason why our program is so successful. I'm going to break them down. Is that okay? And it draws them in. They will put the phone closer to their ear because they want to hear what these three pillars are because they failed before and they want to know why.
Effective. And what I mean by this is that we really want to see you at least 2 times per week for you to start seeing some consistent results. And our challenge for you, Kelly, will be to see you at least 12 times over the next month. And that's kind of our benchmark for all our long-term successful members. And this really allows us to kind of build the right.
It's not bad, but it's not great either. And again, when you're a newer salesperson, stick to the script. So the first pillar of our program is it has to be effective. And what I mean by that is you have to get your butt through that front door between 2 and 4 times per week. We find 3 is the magic number for our most successful long-term members. If we can get your butt through that front door 3 times a week, 12 times over that first month, we can make some basic changes in nutrition. We've seen some amazing results in that first 28 days. Does that make sense? Stick to the script.
Right habits and routines to help set you up for success. We'll also provide you with, a nice little recipe booklet, which will give you some, inspiration for, breakfast and, lunch, dinner, snacks. Everything's in there, just to help you eat some of the right foods at home as well. Does that sound good?
Does that sound good? Does that sound good? Does that sound good? That first core pillar, getting your butt through that front door 2 to 4 times a week and making some of those basic adjustments at home with nutrition to ensure that you do get results and to ensure that it is effective. Does that make sense? Notice the difference between that and sound good?
Awesome. Now, the second pillar is that it needs to be enjoyable.
Again, I'm being very, very critical, very harsh. I think overall this is a pretty good call.
And I mean, this kind of goes, without saying that if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then it's just a matter of time before you revert back to old habits. We're not going to get you slogging the treadmill and eating chicken brown rice every day. We want our.
So I like what Chef's doing here. So it's so important that we actually enjoy what we're doing. Like, we're not going to get you in the gym and be yelling at you and making you uncomfortable and making you do things that you're not capable of doing right now. So I like what she's doing there. But when you become a master at sales, and I'm no master, but I'm not bad either, we want to link the pillar back to what they previously said upstream in the call of why they failed previously. So it's so important that we enjoy this process. You mentioned before that you have been to a group gym before and you're going with your friend and you lost motivation. Now, that's typically because you just didn't really enjoy it, right? So making sure that we have fun, making sure that you meet other people in the studio, and super important, you also mentioned before having a bit of a sore knee. So to enjoy the program, we have to make sure that we work around that injury to ensure that you can get the result and while something around that.
Sessions to be the highlight of your week and something that you look forward to and have fun with, and that's kind of where all that magic happens.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. The 2 best words you can ever hear on a sales call. One of my favorite books of all time is Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss, a negotiation book. You want to hear, that's right, Because if you say something, if you label someone, if you make a statement and they say that's right, the prospect feels heard, they feel understood, they feel heard, they feel understood, they trust you, they trust your solution, and they're more likely to purchase on the spot.
Like that, and they're just really focused on it, and it's like, I wish I could be like that.
You can be like that. It's one foot. Yeah, it's one foot in front of the other, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, and another, and I kind of
Love that. One foot in front of the other. Like, don't worry about your failures in the past. Don't worry about you wishing you could be that person you're not. Just put one foot in front of the other, which is what our 28-day program is all about.
touched on this before, but another a key part of enjoyment is us meeting you at your current level of fitness. So this means that every day we vary those workouts, and we design them to suit whether you're a beginner or more advanced, or maybe you've had some time off training. Basically, we feel like there's nothing worse than a one size fits all approach.
Yeah.
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 And all
So I think Chef's transitions between the first, the second, and the third pillar could be a little bit cleaner. As in, I like to summarize that pillar, and both parties agree that it makes sense. So it's important that you actually enjoy yourself. We want to meet you at your current level of fitness. We just want to put one foot in front of the other, because the worst thing that's possible is you come in, you don't enjoy it, and then you just never come back. Does that make sense? So you agree upon the importance of enjoyment before you move on to that next pillar.
also, the third pillar, and probably the most important pillar of all, is that accountability and support outside of the gym. So, everyone can benefit from having a PT, but not everyone can afford the cost of one. So, with us, we do the exercise in a small group, but then we provide you with that kind of strong support and accountability outside of the gym, and that helps keep you on track. So our job is to get your butt in that front door. And we'll give you a massive high five when things are going really well. And if you need it, Kelly, we can also give you a friendly kick up the backside.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
That was perfection. Really good tone, really good cadence, really connecting with this prospect and making it understood that, like, hey, like, it's not about inside the gym, it's about getting your butt inside the gym.
If I were to summarize, I would say that overall, what we really want to do is help kind of create some positive habits to become your new normal.
Yeah.
This means
That's right.
yeah, really get into the routine, and with that, you'll feel healthy, you'll get some confidence, and toning up will just be like a byproduct of all of those kind of changes that you're making.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, and I mean, what is it that you really like most about all of this, Kelly?
So that was the perfect end to the three core pillars. We want to make sure it becomes like your new normal. It's about creating habits. So this is something you can see yourself doing for the rest of your life. Pause, get some sort of agreement, and then you'd move on. So do you think this could help you, like, get to your goal? And the way Chev asked that question, it was just so jammed in there that it didn't land well. And this question may even confuse the prospect.
Um, just because I want to be fit, just the the thing you've got about it, like just the drive, the trainers there with you, supporting you and helping you.
Yeah.
You're not on your own doing it, but it's very hard on your own. You just got no power, really.
You have a lot of excuses when you're on, I find.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's great, and look, it's not the sign up for 28 days and then come for once and then never come back challenge. We just want you to love every part of the process, and we hope that at the end of the challenge you want to stick with us long term, which is actually part of our secret plan.
Yeah.
I love that so much. I get asked all the time, um, Are you guys just after the sales? Do you guys just want to sell 28 days and don't care what happens on the back? And that couldn't be further from the truth, because the more members that stay after the challenge, the more money that our clients make long term, the more money they can invest into ad spend. The more money they invest into ad spend, we get more leads, more bookings, more sales. The gym owner gets more clients. Bob's your uncle. Everyone's making more money. And if you can believe one thing, is that I want to make money. Therefore, we have to provide a great service. We have to ensure that the people that we're selling have that long term approach. We have to ensure that the gym owners are making as much money as possible. We sell at your full paid membership price. If they're enjoying the program, it's as simple as, hey, do you want to continue? Because we plant the seeds, hey, this is just the beginning. We're just creating habits. Our secret plan is that you stay forever. And that is why our done for you service works so well.
So Kelly, do you think that this could potentially get you towards your goal?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
For sure.
Did anything stand out or resonate?
Yeah, just the pushing of trying to get there 12 times a month.
Yeah,
Sounds good to me.
And now Kelly's going to sell herself into the program right before we ask for the card number. So one of the most valuable things you can do if you're the world's worst salesperson, if you're not confident asking for that card number, is to do a trial close at the end. Do you think this could help you get to your goal? Did anything stand out or resonate? And I guess what makes you so confident that this is the right thing for you? And they will push in and they'll sell themselves into the program. Okay, next step, grab some more details, sign them up, right? But if you get to the end of the call and you're not confident asking for the card details, trial close them, trial close them, trial close them, and do not ask for the card number until you're certain they're ready to sign up. You loop them until you get a definitive yes. This sounds fucking amazing.
Me, but whether I do it is another thing.
Look, that's kind of where that support and accountability comes in, Kelly. So we'll kind of follow up with you a little bit once you're outside of the gym to see how it's all going, and when you'll have your next session. And how do you feel about like what we have discussed as well?
Yeah, I
No need for that trial close.
feel good about it. It sounds positive, so I like that. And I like that I'm not getting pushed straight into it.
No.
And that it is beginners, because I just feel like I'm just so lazy at the moment. But when would you look to start something like this? Like, do you have a time frame? Or?
Yeah. So we can get you booked in for your first session next week. You mentioned that you work a few days a week. Is there a day that suits you best?
I'm not in set days yet because I haven't worked out when.
So this is the time where it's ABC, always be closing. Close the deal here, Chev. Keep in mind, I don't know the outcome of this call.
Okay. Do you know next week what day you might be free for your first session?
Stop dancing around here. The next step is that I'll grab some details off you and we'll organize your first session. It can be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It doesn't matter when we get you started on that first session. Get the card number and then go deep into logistics about them starting.
I'll probably be free on so I want to work Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But that'll change if Monday becomes a public holiday, or Friday becomes a public holiday, because I don't get paid for the public holidays. So.
Okay. What times do you usually work? We can book you in before work.
So I'm 8:30 to 4:30, and on Fridays it's 8:30 to 4 o'clock.
Okay, yeah. And do you work weekends at all?
No.
Okay, so we do have a.
See how different this call now sounds. So Chev is going to make this sale. But we've gone from I need to do this, I'm excited to do this, the program sounds amazing, to jumping back and forth between her exact work schedule of the start time to her lunch break to the end. It's fully into logistics now. So if you do this, and this lady is bouncing around her schedule and not sure what day she can actually start, you know what she's going to say? I need to think about it. Do you know why? Because you've given her a reason to think about it, because you asked this question at the end of the phone call when you were about to grab their card details.
A couple of morning classes on both Saturday and Sunday. And then we've got some really early morning classes during the week, so you could do that before work.
Okay.
So there's, if you're a really early bird, there's a, okay, I'm not an early bird either. So there's a 6:35 morning class.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Okay.
so maybe like a 6:35 on Tuesday.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So we can go ahead and get you booked in for a Tuesday
Made the sale.
morning class, and then that way, if the public holidays kind of come in, then at least you're booked for a time that you can do that and then go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I wait till 3 weeks? Is that too late?
3 weeks. Let me have a look for you.
It's just that I'm not going to have money because my grandson's birthday's coming up this Friday, and I've got to put my next pay away for his present, which is quite dear.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's not. How old's your grandson turning?
1.
Oh,
But
goodness
it's really
me.
21 when they're 1.
So there's a really good lesson in this call. Like, she's going to secure the sale. The payments will start at a later date. We'll get her into the gym, but like, I think that you've put the delayed payment, the objection in front of her by going too much into the timetable.
Oh, I've got a 1-year-old myself, so yeah, it's a beautiful time. Okay, so that's fine. Let me just double check for 3 weeks.
Yeah. It's just that I'll know I'll have the money by then.
Yeah, of course, no worries at all. Yeah, we could do 3 weeks time. So that will be. That one will be. So do you have a date in mind for that one? That will be the week
No,
of
but
the.
I'm happy to do a Tuesday.
Okay, so Tuesday the 16th of April.
Yep. You'll send it to me, won't you?
We will, yes, and we'll actually we'll have someone contact you just to make sure you're all kind of set up for your first session as well. So what we do now is I've booked you in, but I just need a couple of details, and then of course if you do find in the meantime. So what we'll do is we can schedule your first payment for the day that you attend. So that's on the 16th of April. If you do find like you speak to your doctor and your doctor says
Stop talking. Get the card number.
Doesn't kind of give the go ahead, then just let us know, okay?
Yeah.
So this is the sale. Chev's about to get card details, but like, you've made several mistakes the last 4 minutes.
Yeah. So I just need a couple of details. So Kelly, what was your date of birth?
And I'll stop it there. So Chev, overall, really good call. New sales rep. Great questions. Good cadence. A few times, expand more, get them to dig deeper, to clarify, to push back. And then at the end of the call, know when to stop talking and know when to ask for the card details and know when to make that sale. So guys, as always, hope you enjoy these videos. I am very, very critical. I am very, very harsh. And it's only because I want our sales team to be world class. And the amount of calls that I listen to that are just lost due to silly things that sales reps say on calls that open up doors that you don't want to be opened, or say things that will literally give them something to think about. At the end, they say, I need to think about it. You shouldn't be surprised, right? So just small details matter. Have a lovely, lovely day. Like, subscribe, share, and I'll be back next week with another video.